This is woke media's rallying cry, a cry for freedom and justice. You're watching woke media, the call war. Follow woke media, come to the free land.
Hello everyone. In last program I was talking about what's happening in East Turkestan and is what we need right now, what Uyghurs need and how international world should save the Uyghurs and the people of East Turkestan. Today I would like to talk about the situation of the women and the children in East Turkestan. We all know that in the wars happening and the genocide happening and the women are subjected to rape, sexual abuse and the violence, because that's a weapon of war to exterminate the people, terrorize the people, and drive the people from their homes. So this all, for example, it was happening in Bosnia, it was happening in Rwanda, it was happening in Rohingya too. And what is happening in East Turkestan right now, I said genocide. There is a rape and the sexual violence exists in concentration camps. We can see it because China strictly controlled information. It was not openly like a wartime happened and before the world. But in concentration camps is systematically oppressing women and they subjected the women for sexual violence and rape. And it is happening. We had some information on that. We got some information about that, but we just could not prove it because it's very difficult to get the statistics or data from the inside the China. They're controlling the information, and even not in the concentration camp, state-sponsored rape exists. I can say this is a Chinese state-sponsored rape because Chinese government encouraged Han Chinese people to marry with Han Chinese. And they said, we're going to give you like a yearly $10,000, like not dollar, renminbi maybe. So like encourage them, okay, we're going to give you free schooling for your children. If you marry with Uyghur women, we give you housing if you go there to marry with Uyghur women. And the Uyghur women, they have a propaganda that Uyghur women, how beautiful they are, blah, blah. So they said they can take advantage. So every, the Chinese, not every, but Uyghur and Han Chinese man and coming to East Turkestan, they want to marry with the Uyghur women. They can pick any woman they like it. If this woman refused, the entire family going to concentration camp because they said, okay, you didn't want to marry with Han Chinese. And that's mean you have an ideological problem. So you're going to go to concentration camp, and if your family refuses, you have an ideological problem. That's mean you're religious because you don't want to marry with non-Muslim. They didn't care this woman like this man or not. They just forced, and this woman have no choice. What is the difference of this kind of state-sponsored rape to compare to other wartime? It is not looks like a front of the world, before the world, like a widespread. You can't see it, but it is worse than that. Why I say worse than that? Because these women trapped there. They have no exit. For example, in Rohingya, when the rape and sexual violence has happened, people can escape, right? They can run away to Bangladesh. And in Rwanda too, people have a way to escape. But in East Turkestan, they can't escape. They can't say no. They trapped there. They can be repeatedly abused. And they forced to marry with Han Chinese man, maybe repeatedly abused, maybe sold for prostitute trafficking. I don't know what kind of future waiting for these women. And this is worse than the other wartime. And other difference is usually in wartime, it's not directly through order by the government, right? But it's takenly accepted those kind of rapes. But in East Turkestan, it has a direct order from the government, under the guise of good relationship and harmonized society, the marrying with Han Chinese, be related with them. This is under the guise of that this is a state-sponsored rape that forced the women to marry with Han Chinese. And this is direct order comes from government because government encouraging Han Chinese and force Uyghur women to marry with them. If they don't marry, they're going to concentration camp. The entire family going to concentration camp. This is a direct order from the government. It's not like a wartime. There's no direct order, but it's tactfully accepted, right? It's not like that. So this is a worse situation right now. But since just we could not get some data, just we could not get some statistical proof, that means not exists sexual rape or violence against women. It exists, and this is a very serious issue. and Uyghur women in East Turkestan. Maybe China succeed doing this with its gene washing policy. Maybe they can change many Uyghurs' identity through forcing Uyghur women to marry with Han Chinese. But they were thinking they assimilated Manchus like this, and they're going to succeed in this policy with the Uyghurs too. But I don't believe that, because Manchu's time and right now is different. This is a global world. This is technology world. This is internet world. You cannot hide anything, because entire world know right now what's happening to Uyghurs over there, the people of East Turkestan over there, and there's a record too. And one day, the Uyghurs revival, there will be huge hatred against the Chinese population, not the government, because governments are changed. They're going to be exchanged. They're going to change, but the population will still exist there. If the Chinese population support their government policy, do not support Uyghurs, one day when Uyghurs revive, because history going to be always developed. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like maybe Uyghurs gonna be winning side of the history one day. At that time, if we become independent, if we revival, we're going to remember our identity. We're going to search our history. At that time, the Uyghur people will hate Han Chinese. That's going to create ethnic hatred. Then those Chinese population going to pay the price for their government, because they acting as their government. They consider it to be act as their government because they were supported the Chinese government. That's why the Chinese population should know about this.